Shalom, brothers and sisters, lost sheep of the house of Israel. Just for a brief moment, I want to talk about this book. It's called The Transfer Agreement. Now, we've been told many things about Hitler and the Jewish Holocaust. But there, of course, with anything, there's things that are hidden and we have very little to no knowledge of. This book right here was a huge eye-opening to me. I can't even remember how I came across it. But as soon as I came across it, I ordered it and I started reading through it. So I'm going to read some stuff in here so y'all can get an idea. Now, we hear that Hitler wanted to destroy all Jews. He wanted to kill all Jews. He just hated them because they were Jews. There's never any reason as to why Hitler even had a problem with them. And even that goes, it's some crazy stuff in that as to why he disliked them. But I'm going to go to page 375. And by this, you might understand a little bit of what's going on in Gaza today. Well, in the land of Israel today, period. This is page 375. The transfer years. I'm only going to read the highlighted stuff. I'm going to post it too. These Arabs coexisted uneasily with approximately 200,000 religious Jews and Zionist pioneers, 80,000 of whom were in Jerusalem, the remainder living in a collection of unconnected settlement enclaves. From January to December of 1935, more than 53,000 European Jews, including almost 9,000 Germans, entered Palestine through worker and capitalistic schedules, most of them by virtue of the new economy created by Havara. So the Havara, which is Yiddish Hebrew, it means transfer. So there was a transfer agreement between the Nazis and the Zionist Jews to take their money and property and them and ship them to the land of Israel. So from the reading, you'll see they went to the port at Haifa. Let me flip the page. Oh no, I gotta read this. The Arabs revolted, led by the virulently anti-Semitic, pro-Nazi mufti of Jerusalem. Of Jerusalem. I don't know what they mean by anti-Semitic. You're taking over the land. What do you expect? Arab activists in April 1936 began a 6-month campaign of bombings, assassinations, ambushes, sabotage, and general strikes. Their target was all that was Jewish or British in Palestine, from synagogues to post offices. So let me say this briefly. So like I say, all that was British. The land was given to the Zionists through British mandate because the Brits had taken over the land of Israel. With the help of Palestinians, they defeated the Ottoman Turks and became the rulers over that land. You can't make this stuff up. So that's why they're fighting back. They're fighting back is what they're doing. Let me flip the page. This is page 376. Highlighted part again. In the fall of 1937, after several months of uncertainty, the Führer, meaning Hitler, finally decided in favor of Havara. The government added its insistence that Jews be expelled not only from Germany, but from all of Europe. To the next highlighted part. Germany did not want yet another Jewish problem waiting when the Reich took over the neighboring land. So they wanted to expel them completely because of the things that they were doing. And they were fighting against the German people, boycotting against the German people, and hurting the government of Germany. By 1937, Germany was no longer a powerless aggressor in Europe. The Nazi regime was partially armed and fully dangerous. No one in Europe wanted to provoke Germany by maintaining a Jewish presence. Since Palestine was the only open door for ousted Jews or Jewish people, Germany's neighbors began concluding transfer agreements with the Jewish agency. So not only did Hitler and the Nazis come to an agreement to ship them over to Palestine, other nations did also. The first was Poland, which in late 1937 authorized a transfer company named Halifin Limited. What Havara had done for German Jewry and their assets, Halifin, Hebrew for exchange, began doing for Polish Jewry and their assets, although on a smaller scale. So these folks, despite what they said about, they wanted to kill all the Jews, they made an agreement with them to ship them out. So whoever was left behind decided not to go. That's who they targeted. Anyway, the building of Palestine and the immigration of Jews literally became a matter of life or death. Every acre, every certificate, every seat on a ship bound for Haifa, that's the port they went to, was yet another Jew saved from extinction in Germany. As the whole world knew, the rest of Europe was not far behind. Hitler's surrogates throughout Europe had successfully legitimized the persecution and expulsion of Jews. But this thing was quietly kept, this transfer, because they want to push a narrative. But they made a deal with the Nazis to ship them to Palestine, what is today called the State of Israel. This is something for you to think on. There's so many lies. It's endless. So many lies that are told. Because before these Zionists got there, the Arabs lived in peace with everybody that was there. You had Christians there, you had Islamists there, and you had Jewish people there before the Zionists even got there. Once the Zionists got there, it was a wrap. It's nothing but war. Ever since they got in the land, nothing but war. They got in the land, they became a state in 1948, and by 1950, they're fighting against Iran. All of this stuff is spiritual. Pay close attention. Close attention to everything that's happening today. All of it goes way back. With that, I say shalom.